From a 13th century hand cannon to today's optics-ready micro-compacts, the handgun keeps reinventing itself. 4 pivots: Colt Paterson folding trigger revolver, Mauser C96 self-loading, Glock 17 polymer striker, and modular fire control units with red dot slides. Same idea, new materials, smaller, safer, and smarter. It starts in China with the fire lance, bamboo tube, black powder, and a blast of flame, described in the 1100s. It scares horses, punches through lacquered shields, and proves that gunpowder can be handheld. By the late 1200s, bamboo becomes bronze or iron. Now it's a hand cannon, a short metal barrel with a touch hole, lit by a slow match. One soldier can throw a lead or stone ball by himself. Through Mongol-era routes, the idea spreads. Europe shows a Pot de Fer image by 1326. Handguns appear later in the 1300s. The Matchlock is the first true firing standard. A pivoting arm lowers a smoldering cord into a priming pan, good for guard posts and volleys. Armories adopt it in the late 1400s to 1500s, the wheellock circa. 1517, Nuremberg swaps flame for sparks. A spring-wound steel wheel scrapes pyrite. It's pricey, but ride-ready. And cavalry holster pistols surge. Riders make them notorious. Snap-haunts and Michelet bridges follow. Flint striking steel without the clockwork. Around 1610, Morin le Bourgeois at the French court delivers the true flintlock. Pan cover and frizzen combined. Cleaner parts, quicker lock time. For 2 centuries, it rules. From belt pistols to naval pairs, pushing reliability up, weather woes down, and turning the pistol into a predictable sidearm. The percussion era bursts in with chemistry. In 1807, Reverend Alexander Forsyth patents fulminate ignition. Mercury fulminate shock detonated. Flint and sparks give way to caps. Faster lock time. Better in rain. Gunmakers adapt. Pill locks. Tube locks. Finally, the simple copper cap on a nipple. The cap lock. Reliability invites experimentation. Multi-shot dreams resurface. Superposed charges with sliding vents. Multi-barrel pocket pistols. Early pepper boxes in Britain. Most famous, Elisha Collier's revolving flintlock patented 1818. Cap-fired versions follow, a hand-turned cylinder with a single barrel. Expensive, but it proves the concept. By the early 1830s, cap ignition spreads across Europe and America, setting the stage for a truly practical, repeating handgun. Colt is almost here. The breakthrough is the cartridge. Bullet, powder, primer in one sealed case. Casimir Lefaucheur's Pinfire 1835 patent. Model 1854 revolver puts sealed rounds in holsters. Thousands reach the U.S. Civil War. In 1845, Louis-Nicolas Flaubert's rimfire cap leads to 22. Smith & Wesson's Model 1 1857 makes metallic cartridge handguns mainstream. Rollin White's 1855 bored-through cylinder, licensed to S&W, enables rear-loading revolvers. Centerfire follows. Pottet refines an internal primer, 1855 to 1861. In 1866, Berdan and Boxer primers set the template. The effect: quicker reloads, less spillage, safer carry, sturdier frames. The bridge from cap and ball to modern pistols. The revolver turns repetition into routine. In 1836, Samuel Colt Paterson patents a rotating, single-barrel cap and ball pistol. Pricey, finicky, but a blueprint. The leap is scale. The 1847 Colt Walker, and lighter, 1851 Navy spread the pattern. The 1860 Army refines it for war. Britain pushes double action sooner. The Adams 1851 and Tranter lines let a firm trigger pull, rotate, and fire in one stroke. After 1857, metallic cartridges accelerate change. Smith & Wesson's top break number. 3 early 1870s snaps open to eject empties fast. Frontier variants like the Schofield ride in holsters. Solid frame workhorses. Remington, 1858. Later Colt Single Action Army, 1873. Become cultural shorthand. By the late 1880s to 1890s, the service ideal is double action with swing-out cylinder and star ejector. Colt Model 1889/1892, then S&W hand, ejector 1896. The result, safer carry, quicker reloads, and a mature sidearm form that would coexist with autoloaders well into the 20th century. The chemistry flip that changes everything. In 1884, Paulvier's Poudre B, smokeless, high energy, shrinks calibers, raises velocity, and clears the sight picture. Designers chase a new idea. Let recoil or gas cycle the action so the shooter doesn't. In 1893, Hugo Borchart's C93 proves a practical self-loader, toggle-locked, with a box magazine ahead of the trigger. Ingenious, if awkward. The Mauser C96 1896 goes broom handle wild with an integral 10-round well and bottlenecked 7.63 by 25 millimeters. John Moses Browning focuses on clean lines and simple feeds. FNM 1900 and 1900 and its .32 ACP make the flat pocket auto a thing. Colt's 1903 and FN 1910 refine the blowback carry pistol. Georg Luger fixes Borchart's ergonomics, puts the magazine in the grip, and births 9 by 19 millimeters 1902. Germany adopts the P08 Luger in 1908. Switzerland earlier in 1900. For full power service, Browning's short recoil tilting barrel wins the day. After U.S. trials against the Savage 1907, the Colt Browning M1911 and .45 ACP are adopted on March 29, 1911. Takeaway: smokeless powder makes compact, reliable, higher capacity automatics feasible. The modern pistol silhouette, slide, box magazine and grip, locked breech, is set before World War I. After World War I, handguns settle into cleaner lines and clearer rolls, pocket autos for police, locked breech service pistols for armies, and revolvers for reliability. Dieudonné Sives FN Browning, high-power patent lineage, 1923 to 1935, debuts the influential double-stack 13-round 9x19mm magazine and a short recoil tilting barrel lockup, compact, high-capacity, export-ready. Walther's PP 1929 and PPK 1931 define safe, simple blowback carry with double action, single action trigger, slide-mounted safety decocker, and loaded chamber window. Features many police pistols will mimic. For full power service, the Walther P38, adopted 1938, brings double action, single action to a locked breech 9mm with a robust falling block and decocker. Meanwhile, the U.S. updates to M1911A 1926 changes, the USSR fields, the TT-33 1933, and Japan, the Type 14 Nambu 1925. Wartime demands push stampings, interchangeability, and simplified sights and grips, templates for mid-century mass production. The Cold War splits handgun doctrine. NATO leans 9 by 19 millimeters with DASA, autos alongside legacy high powers. The Warsaw Pact standardizes the simple, rugged 9 by 18 millimeters Makarov PM adopted 1951. Accuracy icons like the SIGP 210 1949 coexist with lighter, alloy frame service pistols. Smith & Wesson Model 39 1955 and 59 1971, Beretta 92 1975, Sig Sauer P220 1975, and the CZ 75 1975, setting the Wonder 9 template. Double stack, short recoil, locked breech. Meanwhile, U.S. police largely keep revolvers, S and W K-frames, Model 10, and Magnums, Model 19, Colt Python, 1955. Features settle in, DA first shot, improved safety decockers, aluminum frames, and Parkerized finishes built for mass production and hard service. Plastic, bigger mags, and simpler guts. In 1970, Heckler & Koch's VP70 debuts the first polymer frame service pistol, innovative but hampered by a harsh trigger. The breakthrough comes in 1982. Glock 17 pairs a polymer frame with a striker-fired, low part count mechanism. Austria adopts it as the P80 in 1983. Lightweight, corrosion-resistant finishes, and 17-round flush magazines reset expectations. Meanwhile, the U.S. military picks the Beretta 92F as the M9 in 1985 after the XM9 trials. SIG's P226 comes close. Around the world, Wonder 9, double stacks spread, Beretta 92 family, Sig Sauer, P226/P228, CZ75, and S&W's model 59 and 5906. Police agencies migrate from .3, 8, and 357 revolvers to high-capacity 9x19mm autos through the late 1980s to 1990s. Caliber debates flare. The FBE's post-1986 testing ushers in 10mm auto, late 1980s, and then the shorter, milder point 40S and W in 1990. For a decade, many U.S. departments ride the 40 wave before drifting back toward 9mm in the 2010s. Rails and modularity germinate. MILST D1913. Picatinny arrives in 1995. Pistols begin sprouting accessory slots. H&K, USP 1993, proprietary rail, and Glock. Gen 3 late 1990s point the way. Polymer becomes normal. Walther P99 1997, Sig Pro 1998, while metal classics endure. The 2000s bolt gadgets to pistols, and pistols to shooters. Picatinny rails become near standard, turning lights and lasers from niche to normal. Grip fit gets modular. Interchangeable backstrap spread, S&W M&P 2005, Glock Gen 4 2010. Inside, true modularity arrives. SIG's P 250 2007 uses a serialized fire control unit. The refined P 320 2014 makes caliber size swaps practical. On January 19, 2017, the U.S. Army selects the P320-based M17 and M18 for its modular handgun system. Optics jump from novelty to norm. Tough micro red dots like the Trijicon RMR 2009 survive slide recoil. Factories ship optics-ready cuts. S&W M&P CORE 2012, Glock MOS 2015. Rails plus dots reshape holsters, training, and doctrine. One aiming plane, brighter low-light IDs. Meanwhile, improved 9x19mm duty loads help agencies pivot from 40S and W back to 9mm by mid-2000s. Tiny frames, big numbers. In 2018, the SIG P365 squeezes 10 plus 1 and more into a single stack footprint. A wave follows. Springfield Hellcat 2019, Glock 43, X, and 48, S&W Shield Plus, using stack-and-a-half magazines and tight feed geometry. Pocketable no longer means low capacity. Optics jump to default. Factory slide cuts spread across catalogs. Enclosed emitter microdots improve durability in rain and grit. Agencies formalize red dot policies. Shooters get one aiming plane, crisper low-light ID, and easier sighting for aging eyes. Co-witnessed irons and better mounting plates reduce the tinkering. Ergonomics get smarter, not riskier. Interchangeable backstraps, short accessory rails, tuned recoil springs, and comped or ported models tame snap without adding bulk. Duty 9mm loads keep improving terminal performance, which pulls many back from 40S and W. New debates, old tensions. Smart locks and biometrics remain niche due to cost, batteries, and trust. Home-built/3D printed frames and ghost gun rules trigger rolling court fights through 2025. Throughline: more capacity, clearer sights, and simpler maintenance. Incremental upgrades that make the handgun easier to carry and easier to aim, not instructions to misuse it. Thanks for watching. If this evolution rundown helped, please like the video and subscribe.